Hi everyone, this is Sam Crane the Heart, and today I'm here to share a project using the Life Spatter with pancakes. This is the stamp and die of the month from the Not Too Shabby shop. It's this really cute pancake, and so today we're going to make a shaker card. So what I did was I took a panel of cardstock, 5.5 by 4.25, and I stamped in Versamark ink all over it using that large pancake stamp set. And then I sprinkled white embossing powder over it, and then I heat embossed it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do some ink blending over it. I'm using some Distress Oxide ink. I'm going to be using Quiche Flamingo, Picked Raspberry, and Peacock Feathers. I'm going to start with my lightest color, which is my Quiche Flamingo. And as I ink blend over, you can see the image then kind of shines through. So it exposes that image as you ink blend over it. So I am okay with my colors blending with these two pinks. So I'm using that Quiche Flamingo, about a third, and then the second third of the card I'm going to be using the Picked Raspberry, and I'm going to make sure that I kind of blend over the original line from the lighter color. It gives it a nice blend. Before I move on to my blue color, I'm going to go ahead and wipe up the excess pink ink off of my glass mat, because I just don't want, you know, it to kind of get into my blue pad there. And I think I sprayed with a little bit of alcohol that I had in a little spritzer, and that makes sure that I get all that ink off, and it's quick drying too. So then I'm going to go over that with my Peacock Feathers, and I'm going to make sure to blend over that pink line. When you blend the blue over the pink, it creates a little bit of a purple. So to me, this is my kind of my unicorn colors. I'm doing something with unicorns. A lot of times I use these three colors because you get that pink, purple, and that pretty teal, and it just reminds me of cotton candy. So we continue on until that's well blended. You can see that purple shining through, and then I'm going to clean up my ink. So what I do next is I spray it with some shimmer spray that I have in my stash, which if you don't have that, you could just spray it with some water, and that will give you some fun droplets. But this gives a really pretty shimmer. And then I did splatter a tiny bit of white ink, which again is optional, but I just did a little bit of white ink over it. Kind of unnecessary because there's like white underneath, but I just like doing that. So and there you go. It's very fun. And so I did do a panel ahead of time because this has to dry before you start messing around with it. So I set it aside to dry, and then I pulled out my panel that's already dry. So you can see how pretty it looks with the shimmer and the white ink. And so now we're ready to make the card. So we need a card base. Using an A2 size card base, that's just going to go right on to my card base. And I'm using my Barely Arts glue to glue that down. And so to make the frame, I actually am using a frame die that I have from Tailored Expressions. But it's very easy to do. All you need to do is cut a panel that's 5.5 by 4.25, and then either use your paper trimmer or a rectangle die to cut the middle out of your panel, and that will create a frame. And you can make it as thick or as skinny as you want. And this is the easiest way to make a shaker card. I went ahead and I put my acetate panel already down, and then I've got my foam tape all around the frame in order to keep all of my sequin bits in. I'm using some confetti, this calls for confetti mix called Hugs and Kisses. I've had it for a while. You can see I'm down to, I've got enough to, I think, to make one more card after this one. So I'm going to sprinkle this mix right in the center. It has a lot of the similar colors that are found in my inks. And so I'm going to kind of flatten it out just a tad so that I can put my frame on there. So all I need to do is take off the liner paper for the foam and go ahead and place that right on top and press down really well so that the foam tape adheres to my card, because that's what's going to keep all of my sequins from escaping. So I'm going to peel all of that off. I am using, in this case, I think I'm using the Tailored Expressions 1/8 foam tape is what I'm using for this. And now I'm going to go ahead and place this right over my card. And you can see me pressing down just to make sure that I'm getting it down really well. So pressing it down. And then to finish off my card, I am using one of the sentiments from the stamp set. I'm using the one that says "No one stacks up to you." And I use the die to help cut that out. And then I've got a couple images also from that stamp set. I cut out a couple blueberries and a strawberry, which I colored in with some Copics, and then I used the die to cut them out. So I'm going to go ahead and take the foam off to place my sentiment right there in the middle. And then I'm just going to put my little fruit in the bottom corner to finish off my card. And so you could do a little white gel pen, which I didn't do, but I might do a little gel pen on the fruit just to kind of give it a little something. But I think this card came out very, very cute. And it's a really easy technique to kind of jazz up a simple card like this one. And so it shakes, as you can see, and it's done. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you visit the Not Too Shabby shop so that you can pick this really cute Stampin' Die up. Thank you for watching.